Primitive building channels used to be all the rage on YouTube. Millions of viewers would tune in to watch someone carve out a shelter or build a swimming pool with basic tools. And yet, they are nowhere to be found today, remembered only for the wrong reasons. Their story starts with primitive technology created by Australian YouTuber John Plant, who quietly launched a revolution in 2015. With a simple combination of sticks, stones, and mud, John achieved a humble yet livable hut in the wilderness, resulting in over 32 million views to date as word about the primitive builder spread like wildfire. The amount of work put into this is frickin' amazing! The effort, however, wasn't for the sake of views, as part of John's charm was being transparent about his process. The tools used were a stone hand axe, fire sticks, a digging stick, and clay pots. The whole hut took 9 months from start to finish, but it only took 30 days of actual work. These descriptions accompanied all of his early videos, from creating tools to building grass huts, averaging over 5 million views. This interest encouraged the builder to document his process in a blog, which further boosted his credibility. Fans still wanted to know more, leading to a book announcement in 2019. With primitive technology taking off, John gained more than 10 million subscribers in 4 years. But this success came at a cost.
You create something popular online, the first thing people do is steal it and repost it as their own. I can tell you from experience, this does not feel very good.
Well, it certainly didn't feel good to John, who had been dealing with this problem ever since his debut. Facebook theft has cost me tens of thousands of dollars. One page alone stole my video and had 17 million views, worth $39,000 to me, before giving the copycat channels a piece of his mind. You tell me how it's right that someone like you sits in an air-conditioned office all day and makes money by stealing my videos while I do real work. You are literally parasites. These parasites gained more visibility when John took a break from YouTube to work on a TV channel. He eventually returned in March of 2022 with a thatched workshop that the internet welcomed with open arms. The originator will never be replaced by 1,000 imitators. Welcome back, legend. He has uploaded regularly since then, pulling 160 million views in the process as of 2025. Now that's because John continues to build small but realistic projects. Unlike the Tower of Lies constructed by Primitive Technology Idea, one of the most familiar clones of John's brainchild. With over 6.5 million subscribers, their first upload came 2 years after the original Primitive channel. I see some awfully big wood chips suddenly appear after a cut. Viewers were quick to smell the BS, but little did they know that it was about to stink even more. In December 2020, the channel uploaded its ambitious attempt at building an underground house and swimming pool. It featured a pair of men scratching away at the earth, only to cut to a shot of a cleanly dug 8-foot deep ditch. This jump shot opened up a whole can of worms, because A, how did they dig so deep with just a couple of sticks? And B, how did they remove the rocks and tree roots that usually come up during a dig? Well, the answer was painfully obvious, revealed by eagle-eyed viewers who were on the case. If you look closely in the top right corner, you can see a literal excavator. The excavator came with extra manpower too. Following these discoveries, a viewer compiled a list of 7 damning pieces of evidence, including truck wheels, cement bags, and an impossibly quick fire. The video naturally got 46,000 dislikes, while the channel's subscriber growth rate dropped by 37% after 2022, due to popular YouTubers like Charlie and Sunny V2 amplifying the scam.
In all of these videos making these elaborate, luxurious pools in the ground here out of nothing but sticks and elbow grease, that's just a bunch of fucking baloney.
A phrase that rings true to this day, as the channel barely breaks past 1 million views on its uploads as of 2025. This was one of the first trees to fall in a much bigger forest of fakery that includes Mr. Tfue, another primitive building channel that emerged during the 2019 clone boom. His earliest uploads followed the same formula of a lone man in the forest who had mastered the fine art of digging perfectly square holes with just a stick. This guy is so advanced, he doesn't need measuring tape, trowel, water level instruments, or safety shoes. Marvelous! These sarcastic remarks didn't stop Mr. Tfue, who experienced early success by averaging over 12 million views across his first 8 uploads. This popularity reached a peak in June 2020 with his underground waterslide park, with almost 500 million people watching it to date. More eyeballs brought more scrutiny, so it wasn't surprising when the channel became a prime target of suspicion. From watching some of the videos, he appears to be all alone, living in the jungle, but the way it's edited makes me think he has multiple cameras set up. The logistics didn't seem to add up either. They're built below ground, meaning if it rains, they'll flood. You can't expect stagnant water to last long. I feel like there's a lot being done here just to manipulate YouTube's algorithm. Tfue happens to already be the name of a very popular YouTuber, and I feel like putting USA in the description is designed to push the video to get more viewers. The same Reddit thread, therefore, dug deeper, only to find visual clues that were even harder to ignore. He goes to pick flowers, but there are bouquets planted, like the fake carnation types you buy at the supermarket. It kind of threw me off and discredited the whole natural/primal aspect. What really convinced people, though, was the uncanny similarity between his construction style and that of other busted channels. The downfall accelerated as reaction channels began placing him under the same microscope that doomed Primitive Technology Idea in 2022.
So shameless, Mr. Tfue. Is it supposed to capitalize off Tfue being a popular YouTuber in the algorithm?
After the collective expose, Mr. Tfue stepped back for a year, after which he has only uploaded 4 times so far. His subscriber growth as a result hit a brick wall, falling by over 80% since May 2025. With the illusion shattered, the channel faded into the same swamp of mistrust that swallowed countless copycats, like Primitive Survival, a channel that reached over 5 million subscribers since 2018 with its blue water swimming pools. The builds were elaborate, and the uploads frequent enough to feel like a real-time jungle masterclass. This approach rapidly helped it become one of the biggest heirs to the original Primitive Technology throne. But as the community grew more skeptical of the genre in 2022, the spotlight that exposed the other channels soon swung in Primitive Survival's direction as well.
In this video, you can see the water in this pond is blue, which it can't be. So what they are doing is they are using paints, they are adding liquids, they are adding watercoloration products to make the water look more blue.
Once audiences realized the pools were unnatural, cracks in the illusion deepened. Viewers who once binged the channel for its authenticity now returned to highlight the flaws. Too bad you have to use excavators and a crew of 20 guys. By late 2023, Primitive Survival's engagement had slipped dramatically, struggling to make it past 50,000 views. Uploads continued, but the comments were no longer filled with praise. They instead echoed the same accusations launched at the rest of the copycat clan, including staged builds and heavy machinery. The channel never addressed these claims directly, and the silence did little to help. Like so many copycats before it, Primitive Survival saw its reputation erode as quickly as its views. A journey from handmade to highly suspect that was also followed by Mr. Hing Update, whose viewership collapsed by over 80% after 2023. This downfall stands in sharp contrast to 2018, when he entered the genre with projects raking in millions of views through the cookie-cutter formula. The template, however, crumbled in the wake of Sunny V2's revelations 4 years later, forcing them to attach the following disclaimer to their latest video descriptions. I see a lot of opinions saying that we lie and use machines, but what is 100% true is that we spent a lot of time and hard work to build this house using the same materials as in the video, a claim that would have been believable if not for the obvious algorithm push in the same description. We have our next project at North America soon, and our next favorite country is the United States of America, USA. The United States, US, or America. The internet naturally hasn't been a fan of the channel since the expose. I loved seeing these videos until I saw them faking it. They used cement and they left everything. They're destroying nature, bringing us to a serious problem with these Primitive Technology clones, which was first highlighted by YouTube channel Photo Expression in 2021 when the team flew a drone over these primitive building sites. The footage exposed a clear lack of cleanup after these projects, from construction debris to excessive littering, including beer cans, plastic, and cement bags, all of which are harmful to the forest environment. A disturbing discovery that immediately went viral across the internet.
People can build and do what they want with the land, it's up to that. But don't fucking litter fucking littering and throwing shit around.
Asmon's frustration was shared by a majority of former primitive building fans. Looks like the trees immediately surrounding these sites are dying as well, most likely due to root damage. Others highlighted the dangers beyond deforestation, including humans and animals at risk of falling into the deep trenches. The environmental consequences didn't stop there though.
Rats, cockroaches, and even earthworms and insects, and all these things make a forest livable. So even if you are developing on even 1 square foot of land in a forest, that area becomes not a part of forest anymore. No micro ecosystem can form over there for a long period of time.
These concerns over the environmental impact of primitive building have further dented the copycat channel's reputations. Jungle Survival, for instance, hit it off in 2019 with elaborate bamboo mud houses and cliffside swimming pools. These views, however, went straight from hundreds of millions to just tens of thousands once the internet wisened up. From accusations of tractor marks to drill sounds, viewers now call out the various ways in which Jungle Survival stages its videos. It continues to upload as of 2025, but with subscriber growth falling off a cliff since 2024, the loss of public faith in their content is undeniable. This lack of engagement can often push channels to desperate measures, like the ones used by Primitive Survival Life, which gained over 1 million subscribers since 2020 by copying the primitive building formula with a slight twist. This young lady has some serious construction skills. She makes it all look so easy. This feeling of awe came to a screeching halt within a year when the projects became more audacious. Something doesn't add up. How possible is it for one person to dig up a big hole like this? Can they please show us the tractors? These growing suspicions were further confirmed after 2022, due to which the channel lost considerable momentum, barely scraping past 50,000 views. In response, the Primitive Building channel leaned on a primitive internet technique from 2025 onwards. Gone were the wide shots of huts and trenches, and in their place appeared highly stylized images featuring women posing beside the structures. A shift that initially paid off with the first such video reaching over 9 million views. The internet quickly caught on though, with the same tactic failing to produce the same results in the following months. With views crashing by more than 60% between April and November 2025, Primitive Survival Life is once again on the brink of internet survival, making it yet another primitive building channel that's dead now.